Okay, this is attempt 2, and going to attempt 2 here. We're going to wait on some people and learn a little bit about live streaming. I did this about, I don't know, like 20, 30 minutes ago, and I drew for like 23 minutes and nobody could see my content. So we were trying to figure out what was going on there. I came back. I've never live streamed before, so I came back and I saw the chat. I should have paid attention to the chat, but somebody's like, "Hey, your screen's black." So thank you for pointing that out. So we'll pretend like that never happened. What's up, one person that's watching? Who do we have? All right, let's see if we can. I'll come back to the chat box here in just a second. Got my reference of Berserk pulled up. That's what we're drawing today. We're drawing this little guy. So let's get started here. Now I've already done quite a bit. Is this the same person that was watching me before, just out of curiosity, before I get into going here? In the chat box. Hello. Bad video settings. Please use a keyframe frequency of 4 seconds or less. Current keyframe is, oh boy. Hopefully that's not too bad. A lot of this I'll just have to learn as I go, so I'm sorry. Let's get to going here. So we have Berserk from, or Guts from Berserk, I'm sorry. And basically what happened is I just built, well, I was actually given a computer and we kind of added on to it. Just a very standard video card. But for the past year in my digital art professional career, I've been using a iPad. So I'm kind of reintroducing myself to Photoshop here, and this is kind of the first thing I really started sketching here. So yeah, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna talk and hang out and all that good stuff. So let me see. I'm trying to see if I can pull up my live chat on another window here. That way I can keep up with it. But it's not gonna let me do that, so I'll just have to hop between both. All right. So since you weren't able to see anything before, basically these are the brushes I'm using right now. I'm just using 2 brushes. This kind of goofy shaped texture brush. See how pretty that looks? It's got some textures that are lined with it. Some pretty decent opacity going on. I like to keep my opacity lower. It's always good to have it lower when you sketch because you can start out here and you can add on top and go darker and darker and darker, but if it's, of course on 100%, there's nowhere you can go from that. You can't lay down color on top of that. So whoever's watching, if you're drawing, sketching, painting, whatever, kind of mess with your opacity, and it doesn't have to be exactly like this. But yeah, I mean, see that strand right there, whatever this is, already has a lot of good texture and feels pretty good. So let's get on with it. So his bangs I'm really not too happy with right now. So I'm just going to add a little bit more definition, and in a little bit I'll start refining these little details. This brush right here, this kind of swirly looking one, is this one, number 151. And that's a good shading brush. It's really pretty. It's got some good stuff going on. I don't know. All right. Um, Man, I really accomplished a lot as far as drawing, and had no idea I wasn't, I didn't have a screen going, so that kind of sucks. But that's okay. There's still quite a bit of work to get done. Let's add some wraps because he's wearing some hand wraps here. I want to get this going here. Are you able to see this? I hate to switch windows so much, but I want to make sure that this is actually being streamed. Can you chime in the chat box? Are we good here? Am I even doing this right? Probably not. I don't see why not. Let's see here. Ooh. I'll just make a live chat just with these things right here. All right. I'm gonna assume everything's fine. I probably wouldn't have anybody watching if it weren't. So let's go on here. Let's get on with it. So at this point, I'm just adding in some details. I've got the basic shape of Guts going on right now. There's some things that need work, like his hair. Um, some values that definitely could be improved. I think right around here, we're kind of failing here. So let's get this darker. And earlier, here's something I want to talk about. Earlier, when I was talking to no one or nobody could see what I was doing, um, I was talking about just a bad misconception in the art world that I see people. I have people that ask, hey, how does this look? And I'll see somebody draw like a figure. It'll look kind of like this. Let's come off over here. A little stick figure. Yay. Or something like that. And it's a figure, maybe a ghost. I don't know. Um, but it's a common misconception that the soft brush, when you're drawing with it, it's a really tricky thing because it looks cool. That looks like interesting. I don't know. It's stupid, but it looks interesting. But it's a common misconception that you can use a soft brush for people. Not unless they're really far away. Kind of like with Guts here. There's some softer textures to him, but for the most part, all of these areas are pretty jagged, pretty sharp as far as the outline. He's got a pretty good, silhouette going on here. You can tell if we were to use this brush for him and draw him, then you'd have a much different effect. It would look blurry, like you're just opening your eyes for the first time, in the morning. So, if you're going to go this route to get some interesting textures and draw a figure, I know I'm kind of going off the beaten path here, then what you want to do is take an eraser. I usually use 100% opacity, and then you take a rough brush and you start erasing around your figure. And you can already see that this looks like something, I don't know, it has definition to it. It looks like an alien woman or something, I don't know. But that's just the way it works, I don't know. Anyway, just kind of a tip, because I see that a lot. I see a lot of people that use a soft brush, and it should really be reserved for um, shading, adding soft features, like for shading on a female's face, shading anywhere really, but it should be used really sparingly, I guess I should say. I almost used it just then. Anyway, let's go back to this drawing. How are we doing over here? I still got my guy watching. Thanks for tuning in, by the way. And I'm sorry if it's the same guy before and or female, and I just you had to experience the embarrassment of me screwing the live stream up. I can't talk. So I have tonsillitis this week, so it's a little difficult for me to talk, period. I thought it was just allergies, but apparently it's not. So right now we're going to come around this hand. See how much I jump around in my pictures? We're going to come around this hand and we're going to Just darken the values up. Make sure that reads well. We want the thumb and the hand to set apart from his face. You don't want this to blend in, so his hand is all the way up against his cheek, so there's going to be heavy shadow casting off of it, okay? And right around this point, this is where the picture actually cuts off, so we're making up the rest of the hand as we go along. But it's probably going to be one of those pictures that I don't know, that I just kind of square in everything. It's not really detrimental that I get the exact positioning in. So let's jump over here now. I mean, I don't want to move around too much, but on the other hand, that's just kind of how I work sometimes. Sometimes I get bored with one thing and move on to the next, and um, that's how it go. I've been wanting to do a live stream for so long, and it was just really cool. My brother-in-law, my older computer was not equipped for this, so my brother-in-law kind of took interest in my art, and he was like, "Man, I have an old computer laying around, and it's yours." And it was like, man, it's like the coolest thing anybody's ever done for me. It was very giving, and I'm so grateful. It was awesome. Now I can work on live streams, and I mean, it's just going to improve my art. So we're drawing like some kind of medallion that's holding together his. It's like a ring or a clasp that's holding together his cloak. That's all this mess that you see down here. Man, there's so much of this junk in this picture. Let's crank this thing up here. We're gonna come over here. We're going to start kind of drawing the next wrinkle in fabric. Once again, we're not going for perfection here. It's just just getting the general lines down. See, look, this is scribbles, but in a bit we'll start erasing and shading in. You won't even be able to tell. It's a little trick, a little dirty trick for art. Blocking in shapes. That's what it's all about. This is a triangle shape, but eventually it'll be like, cloak. And a lot of times, I mean, this isn't going to be, I'm not going for perfection on this. This is really just, this is for my benefit, um, to kind of get the hang of drawing on this. I'm using a bamboo tablet, Wacom, whatever you say. And just trying to get used to the overall feel of it again. So again, this is fabric touching his arm. It's going down like underneath this arm right here. This is the hand, the arm. So you're going to have a shadow that's casting right there. So take care of that. Same thing for the ring. I mean, I've talked about in my other videos, light is like a blanket, the brightest part being the blanket, the fabric that lays over whatever direction. And if you kind of close your eyes and imagine the blanket touching you, um, that's where the light's going to be casting. So, yeah, let's keep laying these shapes down. And I hope this isn't a boring process, because I understand sometimes it's just, like right now, for me, when I'm painting or something, the frustrating part is like, ugh, I'm painting this like towel that's wrapped around guts. I want to paint him like his face is fun. I want to paint him like, stabbing somebody or something like that. But, somebody's got to do it. It's not the funnest thing to paint all these wrinkles and textures and stuff going on, and it's not going to look perfect. It's more or less kind of a speed painting. Um, but somebody's got to do it. May as well be me. And this is kind of hard to kind of tell what's going on here. So that means let's crank up the opacity a little bit. I'm very finesse with touching, I guess it's from drawing on that iPad so long. I have a finesse to my my touch. I'm very soft on this tablet, and you can kind of beat the thing up a little bit. And a lot of what I'm doing now is I'm going back over Again, I jump around so much, but I'm going back over some of these edges because I want them to be sharp. I want them to show contrast. And those are things you definitely need when you're sketching somebody. See, look, it's already he's already starting to pop out a little bit here. Actually, you know what? I can see an error. So let's add some white. Right here, this should be part of his head. His head shouldn't sink in right here. So, no big deal. We're going to just do like that. It's pretty fun when that happens. And let's see. Still getting used to the shortcuts on Photoshop. How are we doing out there? Hey, Telmo. What's going on, man? Or woman? Man or woman? Hello, mate. Let's see. Let's see how good at psychology I am here. So you have a lowercase h and a lowercase m. You're saying mate. I'm going to say you're a male. Telmo. Well, in Spanish, all the masculine articles end with an O, so I don't know. Anyway, I'm just being silly. That's just how I am. Well, thanks for joining in. We are just working on some Berserk, some guts. So, ooh, I don't like that. Let's see. We're gonna go smaller on that brush here. We need to get some more of these like scratches and cross hatching in. Yeah, that looks awesome. It's a lot of that because it's from the manga. And man, I don't know when this thing was actually. Does anybody know when Berserk was made? I want to say it looks like maybe early 90s, maybe late 80s. It has that style about it. Um, it's a little too dark right there. Don't you think? Don't you think, people? It's too dark. And it's too thick. Let's go a little bit bolder here. Come on. Come on, push out of there. Alright, there we go. You know, it still looks a little weird, doesn't it? It looks like he's got a, like, bump right there. Yeah, I really appreciate you guys tuning in. Here we go. This is kind of the effect I was going for. Get some of that value in so his features will start popping out. So look at that. Just like that, it looks like his nose kind of jetted out a little bit. So much fun. Alright. Some more crosshatch here. And let's come up here. We're just defining everything, just adding more definition. I mean, that's all we're doing today. Sorry for my hoarse voice, guys. I'm trying to keep it together here. He's got some like scar stuff going on across the bridge of his nose. So let me see here. How do I zoom in? I don't remember. Hey, I remember. Awesome. Okay, so let me go up here a little bit and show you what's going on. So right here, you can see that it looks like I'm just doing random stuff, and in a way I kind of am. But he's got some scar stuff going, so we want to maintain the bridge of this nose, this shape. So I'm drawing the scars in this direction, and then they kind of jot off in this direction, and it kind of keeps the illusion that his nose is, you know, that shape. Okay, while we're here, let's take a little bit of this white, and I see an opportunity here. So this eyelid, I like the shape of it, but one thing I see that we can improve, let's make this a little bit bigger, is he has an eyelid. And it's going to go right there. It's a little bit minute as far as details go, but it is a detail that matters. So it needs to be there. What do you guys think so far? It's kind of, I'm not fishing for compliments here, but is this cool? You enjoying the piece? Oh, wow. That was the mailman and my dog Rumble. Come here, Rumble. Stop that. Sorry about that, guys. I'm from Texas, Telmo. Come here, buddy. Why are you so mean to the mailman? I'm from Texas. Good old Texas. Man, I've already been drawing for 19 minutes. Feels like I haven't really been doing anything. He's so annoying whenever he does that. Okay, let's crank up. It's hard to balance the opacity and how firm you're going on this with the pen and the stuff like that. Okay, I think I can go back from, hey little artist, what's going on, man? Um, I think I can go back from muting you guys because Rumble, that's my dog's name. He's going a little crazy, so I apologize for that, but he's my buddy. This is what we're working on right now. Little artist for joining in, so we're just kind of getting his details going here. Whoops, no, don't erase. All right. Man, it blows my mind that even like 3 people are watching this. It's amazing. Let's see. Let's fix his lip. It looks like he's got a swollen lip here. Come over here. We're just gonna add a little bit more shading. Yeah, it's a little pursed here, so much better. And then let's add just a couple of like these thingies, cross hatching these thingies. So I'm not properly trained, guys. Um, a lot of my terminology, I'm sure, will be lacking. I kind of live in my own little world, but you probably should as an artist, right? Ah, there we go. So adding these lines right here really expresses. Let's zoom in here if you want. I try not to zoom in too much with my artwork. I kind of like working from a distance so I can get the whole picture. But just it's amazing how just like a little detail like this, these like wrinkles in his eyelids are very telling for the character. And things like that are probably my favorite thing, things to do with characters. I don't know if I'm not making much sense. I'm kind of drugged up at this point. I'll tell you what, I see another opportunity, so let's take some white. We're going to go back with our brush here, and let's just clean up this eyebrow a little bit, okay? So we've got our opacity on. There we go. Just like that. This hair's a mess. I'm going to have to clean this up eventually. Um, it's going to suck. I should have tackled it a different angle, but that's what it's all about. Let's zoom back out here. There's just a lot of like shading and stuff going on, but I feel like I lost some of the definition in his bangs. I don't know. What do you guys think? Okay, you guys are talking amongst yourselves. Very cool. Yeah, where are you from, little artist? I don't remember. You told me and I don't remember. Where are you from? Germany, that's right. That's right. Telmo, I'm gonna have to check out your channel and see what you have, or if you have like an Instagram or somewhere where you post your art. I'm so bad with names. I'm sorry. I might have talked to you before, and you could be this fantastic artist, and I just don't remember. So we'll do something different here, guys. We're going to just touch up on some of this shading because I feel like that we're lost in this area right here. I feel like we're a little lost. It's a little dark. It's a little muddy. So we're going to come over here with number 151 here. Let's crank that opacity down to about 30%. And I'm doing this all in one layer, by the way. I don't know. That's just, why not? Yeah, there we go. And let's just touch up. The light's hitting him over here somewhere, right? Excuse me. Yeah. Oh man, he's popping. Yeah, it's making him pop. Where's my cursor at? Just don't be afraid to try some new stuff. That'd be my best advice to you. Um, let's see here. Every stroke counts, you know? So don't be afraid to try new things here. And, it might look like this is not really doing a lot, but in reality, we just added another plane to his face. Now his face has more of an angular, um, just kind of a masculine feel, I guess is the word I'm looking for. And I think we need a little bit more definition over here. What do you guys think? That looks kind of messy. It looks like his, I don't know, it just looks a little weird to me, doesn't it? I don't know. Let me see. What are you guys talking about? Check out my website, mate. I'm a web developer. Oh, cool, man. Yeah, absolutely. That's awesome. That's freaking cool. telmosampeo.com. Okay. I said it really quietly because I wasn't confident I was saying it right at all. Beauviarts, do you think I should do YouTube videos? Sorry for my English. Oh man, your English is spot on. Yeah, why not? What have you have to lose, you know? Um, Sorry, grabbing a drink. I'm a little parched. Absolutely. You know, I was talking to somebody on Reddit today about Twitter and stuff, and one thing about me, guys, is here. I'll go back to drawing while I talk, so you don't have to just look at look at this stuff. Um, I was talking about kind of how I got into digital art, but and then the YouTube and social media stuff. But I've been drawing like my entire life, but I've only been doing digital art for about a year and a half. And what happened is I worked for about ooh, I see what I need to do next. I worked for about a decade doing management and retail, financial advising. I even worked in the oil field for a little bit. And last September, it was September 26th, actually, I got really, really tired of my job that I was working. I won't name drop here, but I would just know that I was just really fed up. I'm 30 years old now. So I was sick of it, guys. And I just decided to walk out. And I had no plans. I had a little bit of money stashed away in a 401k and a very supportive fiance at the time, now my wife. And I just started doing digital art. But long story short, I kind of did a lot of free work at that time. The only thing I had going for me was working on a mobile video game RPG. It was called Exponential Heroes, and the guy really liked the way I did landscapes. So I kind of worked with him for a little bit. The project fell through; it didn't really pan out. Um, and around March of this year, I really started hitting social media and doing Twitter. And I felt like this kind of sounds stupid, but felt like in my heart that Twitter was going to launch. It was going to be very important in my digital art escapades. And it was. And early on, I kind of made the rule that I didn't really want to share or kind of bother my family like on Facebook with, hey, follow me on Twitter. I knew that it would be really important. I guess I'd done business for so long that I try to get perfect strangers involved in what I was doing and interested in what I was doing. So that's what I did. I just added strangers on Twitter and followed, other artists and things like that. And before I knew it, I had kind of this following. I have like over 1,000 followers on Twitter right now that, people that see my art. These are active users. These are strangers, other artists, game developers, you name it. and it's been awesome, man. It's been a blessing, and I've really gotten into the YouTube thing lately. I know I don't have a lot of subscribers, but you can't let that foil or have an impact on your performance or your motivation, because if you love what you do, and little artist, if you love drawing, and if you feel like that making content is fun for you and you're passionate about it, then you should do it. That's what I'm doing, and naturally, what's going to happen, and it, I don't know. This is kind of just the way it is. Is people are going to see that I'm passionate about it, and the subscribers, they'll follow. I'm not really worried about it. That being said, subscribe if you're watching. But that's just the way it is. I think it's kind of like I look at it as giving, like with charity or something. One thing that pisses me off are these charity videos. I'm getting kind of off track here, but it'll wrap around. But of these people that do good things for people, but they'll record themselves doing it and upload it to YouTube and or Facebook, and look at how great of a person I am. Grab a drink here. And I think that, like, true charity should be, there's a balance of making people aware of what you're doing, and not boasting about it, expecting something in return is my main point. So I kind of view my art and YouTube especially just like that, is I want to help people, and if I'm not the best artist out there, but if what I'm doing can help you, then you know if I get subscribers from it, great. If not, great. I'm doing what I want to do, and that would be my advice to anybody that wants to start a YouTube channel. Let's see. I'm a web developer starting to be a digital artist. Okay, so you're beginning those steps to digital art. Awesome, man. Just do it. Just do it. I walked out of a very nice paying job, and didn't know it was going to happen. But if you're motivated and you practice, a big thing is for nerds and artists is staying away from video games. It's kind of that's been my big thing. I don't know if that applies to some of you guys, but um, it's easy to kind of want to. Do I have the right brush here? No, do I? I don't know. I don't know anymore, guys. Um, I want to be involved in some video games, and I've already done some projects for video games, but it makes you want to, like, play them and sit on your butt and play video games and stuff. So that was a big thing whenever I quit my job. Was I couldn't sit on my butt and play video games. I had to just, like, practice drawing, wake up, draw, go to bed, draw. I'm literally in my bed next to my awesome wife, and she's trying to sleep, and she's got this, the brightness of my iPhone. Even I'll draw on my iPhone at night, like, or my iPad, and it's just in her face, and I feel really bad, but it's just part of it. Like, you just gotta stay on it, just do it, don't be scared, be brave. This is the first live stream I've ever done, and I'm pretty nervous because if you guys have kept up with my channel or my Twitter or Instagram, I do not do characters. I really have been very self-conscious about characters, and I grew up doing characters on number two pencil and copy paper. So this is really new territory for me, but you just have to do it. That'd be my advice to you. Just don't be afraid. And also, if you guys could find, like, a forum that gives, like, particularly harsh criticism, it sucks, but nobody wants to be told, like, oh, uh, Guts' forehead up here is a weird shape, which it is. But just just the business mindset that I've grown to have from my past jobs. Those jobs, some of them sucked, but they gave me that kind of a critical mind. I'm able to take criticism very well. If somebody tells me something is terrible, it's their opinion, but you want to kind of look at it too. You want to open your mind and look at why they're telling you that. So connect yourself. Where I'm going with that is connect yourself to a network that is going to give you some honest feedback from great artists. You want to surround yourself with people that are A, positive, but also honest. And that's going to be really important in your growth as an artist. I forgot to mention. Oh, cool. Check my Deviant page to. Dang, I cannot talk today. I forgot to mention. Check my Deviant art page is Porsche. Is it Porsche 3S? Porsche 3S Deviant art. I need to update it though. Um, and then Little Artist flexes over it. Awesome. I used to have a Deviant art. You know, it's still out there. I haven't really posted on it. I've posted a few pictures. Maybe I should hit it pretty often. There's been a couple of things that I've tried, and if that works for you, great. Obviously, use it. Oh no, what did I just do? I don't know what. I really don't know what button I hit, but it did something terrible. Um, it's just something I never really got into. I had a very old art profile, like in 2003, on DeviantArt, and I don't know. I think I was kind of in love with it for a while, and then I think the Twitter thing's just kind of easier for me. Um, but DeviantArt, man, to be honest with you, I see a lot of people get a lot of good gigs from DeviantArt, and there's definitely just it's such a great network of talent. So yeah, whatever works. And I did they have like they surely they have like critiquing and things like that, right? Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, good luck on your exam, little artist, and thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate it so much. Uh, yeah, let me know if you have any questions or anything like that. I know we worked on some lighting issues you had, but good luck on that exam. Hope it goes well. I'm sure it will. Peace out. We're going to keep working on guts here. This is fun. Now we're really starting to set his this lighting apart here. We have some values going in and it's looking nice. Looks nice to me. This is still kind of a mess, this whole area over here, but it'll pan out. And this is kind of bothering me too. I've made fun of myself 2 times. Let's just fix this here. What is going on? And you know what? Now that I look at the picture, what it is it's... I thought this was part of his hair, but that's part of the background. So, man, this looks like crap up here. Really? There we go. It's kind of coming together now. Add some of those black values. Fun. All right. I'm feeling a little bit better about that. Let's clean it up just a little bit more. Sorry. There we go. That's pretty good. I think his head's kind of curved like, ooh, no, like this. If not, we'll come back to it. I'm sure there's always room for improvement, but that'll do for now. It was just kind of bothering me. And then, let's see, something's up with this ear here. We need to kind of, let's look into this situation. First off, right away I can tell you that this ear looks a little weird, and it's A, because it's manga, and B, because user error. So let's just clean it up is all it really needs, just a little bit of cleaning here. Just be patient with this, guys, with your own works as well, because this is this is it. I mean, nope. I don't know if I've really talked to anybody that particularly enjoys drawing ears. Uh, but it's you can't just draw a cool head and then slack off on his ear or his hand or fabrics or anything like that. It's all got to be done. There we go. That kind of gave that earlobe some shape. Now I'm kind of feeling good about that. This is kind of weird, and it's in the picture is a weird thing. This little I don't know what that looks like. It looks like a fish from the side. See, that's his eye and his little mouth. I don't know what I was thinking there. What we're gonna do, and it's probably supposed to look angular, but I'm gonna give this kind of a little revision here. Let's take our white. So that's kind of weird to me. I don't know. I've got weird ears too, so there we go. That's a little bit better. Now it doesn't look like a fish so much. I mean, it kind of reads as an ear better. And you know what we'll do is I'll just pop in with some shading here. Whoops. We'll go way down and we're going to get some... Oh shit, I keep doing that. Oh, excuse my language, I'm sorry. I'm trying not to curse lately. It's just a thing with me. Nothing personal if you do curse. There we go. Here we go. Getting some... Yeah. It's much better right there. Yeah. You're welcome, bud. Let's see. Is there anything else we want to touch up while we have the shade brush out? Yes. So right here... What's going on here? So that's... It's hard to know where this brush is because it's just a big square. We want to push the nose up a little bit more. Yeah. And go back to our white. That's what I'm doing. I'm grabbing the color from the white. Since your beginning is digital art, I'm just taking the color wheel, grabbing some white, then I, switch between white and black. Can barely tell what's going on here, but stuff is happening, I promise you. Now that's interesting right there. That kind of helped define the nose pretty good. There's something still missing from it though, and I think it's like the tip. Now the tip needs to be, if my light is coming from over there, right? This is where all his light spots are, so the light's over there somewhere. You choose, I don't know. I don't care. I do care. Let me see. So his nose is going to have that reflection. I'll tell you what, let's get our sketching brush again. There we go. Yeah, now that's kind of what was missing here, is it just looked a little one-dimensional as far as the shape goes. And there's even kind of like this dark... Here, there's a little highlight right here. Let's zoom in here. So I don't want to zoom in too often or too much. Yeah, here we go. This highlight right here is going to make the deal happen. Let's bring this up. Not that high. Let's go right there. So, right there. It's going to hit him a little bit right there. And as we get out to the higher point of the nose, those highlights will be a little bit more profound. Not too much, though. Not too much. Yeah, boy. Awesome. Looking good. Feeling pretty good about it. Oh, man. Still so much to do. Still so much to do. Let's see. This is pretty good. I'm pretty happy with this side right here. I think that we can add a little bit of cross hatch action going on here. So let's take the brush. How big do we have it right now? We have it at like 4 pixels. That might be a little too big. There we go. We're going to add some cross hatch here for some texture. So I've been looking at a lot of like older mangas, and this is oh, here goes the dog again. This is something they're a pretty big fan of with I mean comics in general, the shading. They'll throw in the crosshatch and it gives that illusion of shading, so yeah. It's looking pretty decent. Let's come over here and we'll do the same thing. So basically like any little patch of shadow here, I'm gonna put in the slightest subtle hint of cross-hatching. Yeah. That way we're throwing my style on it, but we're also, preserving preserving the original and kind of tipping our hats to it a little bit. So let's see how it's reading from a little bit further away. I'm feeling pretty good about it. One thing, man, I've been avoiding doing this hair for a little bit, and maybe I should just kind of back off and kind of mess with it for a second. Let's see here. Yeah, zooming out sometimes is really helpful in getting the big picture of things. So let's mess with this for just a second here. And before I talked about, I'm not really an expert in hair, but, common sense tells me if I'm pushing my hair back as a style, then your strokes are going to go in that direction. I mean, so you don't want to do anything like this. You're drawing hair and, you know, I don't know. I've seen that before, just kind of a mess. It's kind of how I got in this position, actually, to be honest with you. Now look at the repercussions I have to face. I have to figure out how to do the rest of his hair. But you know what? This is reading pretty good as a thumbnail, and that's a good idea to zoom out. If you feel like there's a part of your painting that looks a little weird, then zoom out, see what's going on, see if it looks stupid, or see if it looks good, rather, and it'll help you determine what's going on with your painting, why it looks a little off. So that's pretty good for guts right now. What do we got going on here in the YouTube world? Not much, just one watching. Well, what I'm going to do is we're going to call it a break right here, and I might come back to this. I think this is a pretty good stopping point. I'm feeling pretty good about this, but I want to thank you so much for tuning in. There will be many, many, many more live streams. If you have something you want to see done or suggestions, comments, let me know. You can contact me just about anywhere: Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, whatever. Um, if you have like a topic that you want covered, and I can try to do that. Like I said, I'm not claiming to be the best artist, but I'll bring a little bit of knowledge, see what we can do to help you out. But until then, I think we're gonna call it a day. So look at all this. That's art in itself. Thanks for tuning in, guys.